Okay, good. So we can. This is okay. Of course, this is Alphacam, and this is the first page that you can see when you open the software. Okay.
Yeah.
So we have drawings with nothing inside. It's like an empty table, completely free. And inside this table we can manage more or less what we want. Of course, we have two possibilities, and in this training we checked both possibilities. I mean, you can make the draw directly in Alphacam, or we can also import from another kind of CAD system.
Yeah.
We have several formats where it's possible to speak with Alphacam. For example, here you have the format depends about the kind of Alphacam you have installed in the computer. In this case, you have several ways to import. The point is when we make the import format is divided in two big family. The first is with the 3D, and by 3D we work normally in step or parasolid, and but we can also work in two-dimensional way, and two-dimensional way normally I prefer to work with DXF or DWG, these two formats. So, but for the moment we don't see this part because as I told you, we want to also understand the way to work directly in Alphacam, like also if you have to make the drawing in Alphacam.
Okay.
It's really important. Okay, so the first page is this, and I want to start with, today we take a look really fast, okay, but I want also to put inside some good information. Okay, the concept is this. You can see the system, the 3D system in this moment show me that we are, let me see just a sec, okay, we are on this system. So the 3D, it's the view on 3D, it's activated in this moment. If you want to deactivate the 3D view on view menu, you can switch off this, and then you are on the plane of the table. First thing to do is we draw the panel. The panel is a rectangular or a square, nothing else. Of course, you can have every kind of shapes inside, but the starting panel will be for us will be a square or rectangular. In the menu, you can see the menu on the top. There is a lot of menu inside, of course. In this training, we don't take a look to every kind of command, every kind of menu that you have. For this, we have time, also in the next month, to check the optimization, to check the spatial work to do, and so on and so on. The concept is now to give you just what do you need to work on the machine. Okay, so the starting point is, okay, work with the software, give the information to work with the software properly, but don't to explain too much thing, because it's really wide, the software, and we don't want that there is too much confusion in you, okay, in the beginning.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, so what we start is in the menu of geometry. Menu of geometry means you have lines, you have arc, you have spatial geometries inside, and so on and so on. We start to produce a rectangle, simple rectangle inside.
Yeah.
So when I press, remember this part of the screen, it's where the software asks you something. So this part of the screen is when we need some information from you, we ask here. in this part.
It's coordinates.
Right, and this is the first corner. The first corner is for us, it's every time 0, 0, because this is the position of the 0 point of the machine.
Okay.
So you can draw where you want, but before to export for the machine, the reference will be 0 and 0. So we move in the beginning or after, doesn't matter, but we must be in 0, 0 point. So in my opinion, it's better to draw anyway from the beginning to 0, 0. So just enter, enter 2 times. So this is the first corner. The second corner is how is big, so the dimension of your panel. For example, 1000 millimeter in the length and 600 millimeter in the height.
Yeah.
What happened? The rectangular is created in this moment, but I can see 2 things. The first is the camera is too near. In this moment, I zoom a part of the rectangular. I don't see the completely dimension of the rectangular, and I will explain how to move with the zoom. The second thing is the rectangular is anyway activated to produce another rectangular. And this is the main structure of the command in an Alphacam. I mean, in Alphacam, I can say the 90% of the command that we use is made in this way. I take the command that I need, for example, rectangular. I make the rectangular in the drawing, and when I finish, the rectangular is anyway activated. You can see the button is on.
Yeah.
And goes on to ask me rectangle after rectangular. So what happened? I have to use the command and then switch off. So to switch off, you can make several ways to switch off the command, but you press escape from the keyboards, and now you switch off. So you don't have any kind of command in this moment loaded. You can see it's free. Okay.
Okay.
Second thing I repeat, it's the zoom. So the way to move, it's also really important. And the zoom is, you have several kind of zoom. We don't check all the zoom. You don't need to see all the zoom. But for example, I can see on the menu view, this part is the part where the zoom we have the description and the command, the single command of the zoom. So, is it possible to do something like this if you want? One zoom that is for me really good to use is the zoom all. So for every kind of drawing that you have inside, or more drawing inside, because you can have some part here, some part there on the screen and so on and so on, you just press this and the system will put in first plane the completely dimension of your drawings. And of course you can play yourself if you want with the other kind of zoom. It's no problem, because zoom window, for example, you can take it, you make a little window and the system will show you just what you check. But what is really important in my opinion is the zoom all and the zoom that you have in your mouse, because I show you a little bit. In your mouse with the round, with the ball in the mouse, you can move it really easy. What I mean? First, I rotate the mouse and I can see the zoom goes in and out. And another thing is the zoom is clever because it depends where I am with the arrow. If I am here and I zoom in this part, in this area, I will see that this is the part that will be make on zoom. So moves automatically when I am with the arrow of the mouse. Second thing is if I press the button, if I press the ball, so every time is this, I show you in the camera. If I press and I move with the mouse, I can see all the drawing is moving. This is so the reference between the reference is anyway 0. It's like I'm moving the table when the drawing is on. It's clear? So I'm not moving the drawings on the 0, but I'm moving the completely plane. So nothing changed in the reference of the machine.
Okay. Can you fix my zoom on the mouse because it's reversed? Is there an option?
Is reverse about, okay, yes, of course, we can. Let me check. Because, yes, it's reverse, yeah, okay. Can happen. Let me see where it is, I don't remember. But yes, for sure, yeah, this is ready menu. No. 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 Okay. This one.
Very good.
Okay. Now I will wrong myself because it's
good.
Okay. Now it works good, I think, for you.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is the situation. We make a rectangle on the system. This is our panel, and what we need now is the thickness, because we don't have the thickness in this panel. To make the thickness, we have several ways, really a lot. But I explain one of the way that I like because it's more or less automatic. So on the 3D menu, you can set the first work volume, and this is for make the thickness of the panel. So if you press it, and you have here the thickness, you can put here the thickness that you need. For example, 20 millimeters. You say OK, and you make a big windows where you take everything inside. In this case, we don't have nothing inside in the rectangle, but can be also something else. Right button of the mouse, and then the plane selection asks me where I want to work. For example, top plane. So what happened? In this moment, I select the plane, and you can see that it's a plane selected because it's called local plane, because the arrow, the number becomes not white but yellow. If you want, I can also show you in this way. I open to view. So is it possible to see now the selection is on the top, and in this part of the screen you can have just the 90 degrees camera. So every time the camera will be and show me the pieces in front, the face in front. In this you can see where you are, and you can move it. How to move in the faces, for example. On the work planes, so on this menu, you can switch. And then you arrive to the top. If you don't want, or if you want a second view, like in this case, you can close it if you don't want, of course, and you have the big screen, or you can minimize the windows as you want. Depends if it's good or not for you in your screen, in your computer. Okay. What we want to do now, it's just a sample how to make really easy for today, really easy drawings, and then but I want to show you the complete approaches. So how to draw something, and how to save the program, and how to save the program also for the machine, because it's different things. And I want to make I want to do this today. So, for example, I want to make an offset. So, what is an offset? It's replicate the same rectangular, for example, inside 100 millimeters. To do this, I go on Edit menu, I choose for offset, is this. Offset asks me how many millimeter I need and what I want to copy, what I will explain when we explain the offset. So in this moment it's I go very fast, so it's not the explanation how to use the command, it's just to show you something. Okay, I push on this, I go inside, so will be replicated the same shape, in this case is rectangle, 100 millimeter, 100 millimeter, 100 millimeter, 100 millimeter, every direction.
Okay.
And for example, I want to make an arc here. So if I go on Edit, I can see I have, for example, the possibility to say fillet. Sorry. How many millimeter? For example, 100. If it's two elements, means I have to click on the two sides, on the two segments, on the two line, and then will be make the fillet. Or all the geometries means every corner will be make a radius with a corner. In this case, I want just two elements. For example, this and this and this and this. If I want to make a line, for example, between this corner, I use this. Chamfer, for example, is I can put 100, 100, two elements, 1 and 2. So I can play as I want with my lines, no problem. And we will explain everything in the next lesson, of course. So now for example, I make something really, really easy, and I want to mesh in this. So the toolpath that I need, it's possible to reach this toolpath if I go on this menu. Because what I see in this moment is nothing about the machine. The machine doesn't know nothing about these lines. It's just lines. This section is the drawing. So the way that I arrive to this point can be because I'm drawing in Alphacam directly, because I take some parts from a CAD system outside, because I open a DXF file, because you can have several reasons. But you arrive to this point. And this point is where the drawing part finish and start the machine. And this is the machine. If the internet connection follow me, let me see why. Okay, it's a little bit slowly. Okay. So in the machine we have a lot of things inside, a lot of command inside. We don't see every command that you have here, but just a part of this. Of course, we start from the left side, and we start in the selection of the tool. If I push on select tool, you have this is a standard tool in Alphacam. Of course, we will delete this tool and we put the tool that you have in the machine, of course, in the next time. And you have this is the sample in Alphacam. You have several tools that can be different, of course. We can draw inside Alphacam, we can produce, and so on and so on. We think to, if you want, you can also divide the tool by type. In the machine you have two different motors. So it depends if you want to route or if you want to make drills. It's completely different motors. So the boring head is one thing and the routing is one thing. And this is it's split, completely divided the situation, because if I use something like this and with this button I filter the kind of tool is just boring bits for the route for the boring head in this way. So this is what I have the possibilities to make it bore. Or if you switch off and I just switch on the flat, it's everything about the routing. For example, this one is a tool that I create yesterday when we make the installation of Alphacam to make the test. And this is, I will explain how to make the new tools inside here. But in this moment it doesn't matter. And this is my routing tool. This is the number in TPA. I repeat, over 101 up to 200. We have a routing tool. This is because it's called 101. This, you have here some parameter, for example RPM, for example the Z speed, and so on. But I repeat, I will explain. And the diameter here also really important. So this is the diameter, and so on. So if I want to use this tool, in this case I want to use this, double click on the tool. You can see the tool is on your mouse. This can be interesting to have because maybe I can see, for example, that if I have a couple of lines here, I can see immediately if this tool works for me or not. It's good for this kind of work, or I have to change it. So automatically will scale with the zoom. You can see it's automatic, the scale, and I can see in detail if this tool is correct or is not correct. Remember that this part, the software asks you something. When the software has to ask something, is here, and it's asking me if this is the tool that I want. So with the left button of the mouse, I say yes. From this moment, I decide this is the tool that will work on my drawings. Second icon is this. The tool directions decide where this tool will work in the reference of the line that I draw. What I mean? The window is divided in two sectors, completely different. Open geometries, closed geometries. In this moment, I just tell you that the drawing, this one, is closed. Alphacam say that this is a closed geometry. So we concentrate just in this part to make to set some option just here. We don't take care about this part. And here we can decide if you want outside. What I mean outside? Outside I mean the tool compensation is outside from the line, or could be inside, or could be in the center. We have three possibilities. In the center, so for example, if I have my tool is 20 millimeter of diameter. So in the center, I will cut 10 and 10, both sides. Outside, I'm here. Inside, I'm here. Okay, I have a radius, so I have to consider the radius. So I come back here, and it depends, of course, what do you need. If I need to make it all inside in this table, because I have to put inside something, for example, a cooking system or something like this, the compensation must be inside. If I need the pieces, I must be outside. Okay, so it depends by you, just by you. What do you need? In this case, for example, you can say inside. You can see it remains open, so I don't close. Before I choose this, and then I close. Okay, now it's I say to the system that I want to work inside these geometries, this shape. Okay, the last thing that you have to do before to work is this. Choose the kind of work that we must do. You have several kind of work. This rogue or finish is the mostly used, because rogue or finish means give me a line, give me a depth, and I will follow your line up to you don't change something. When I open this the windows appear, and I don't check for every kind. For the moment, we don't check for the sub-menu here. Just one, this. And in this, we have just to touch this parameter. And this is the final depth. So, I mean, what is the millimeter that you want to go inside in the boot, in the panel? If you remember on the machine, this must be minus something. So minus, for example, 10 millimeters. Means you are 1 centimeter inside. And that is. When I say OK, the system asks me, OK, select the geometries that you want to work in this way, this. Blue means it's selected, OK? And I can select something else, also this, or something else in the drawings. When I finish to select, in this case was just this, I press the right button of the mouse, and my work is done.
Okay.
What happened here, I will show you. Because here happens several things. Now appears 3 different colors of lines. Blue one, white one, and green one. Okay, the green one is your drawings, your standard drawings. The white one is the result, because we say that the tool has a radius. Because of this radius, it's not possible to make this corner, but this will be the result. And the blue one is the center of the tool. We work with a tool of 20 millimeter, and if you follow the line, you will see this is where the machine will work for. Okay? Okay. So we are ready in this moment to save the program for the machine if you want. Before to save, I want to show you one thing that can be interesting in the beginning. Maybe not after when you know very well the software, when you understand very well the software, maybe you don't do it. But in the beginning, it's very nice. For example, I can move the view on 3D, and if you want, you can also switch on by the simulation. You can switch on the simulation. Let me see, I switch off this, and you can see the way the machine will work. You can increase the speed. Of course, it's just a visualization speed, because the speed of the tool is written when you create a tool, or when you make the programmation inside in the CAM. So this is what happened. What will happen in the machine exactly in the same way. So also, if you have several tools, you will see this is the first, this is the second, this is the third. So you understand the sequence, for example, and you can move the sequence. That is okay. Now I want to save the program, the drawing. Sorry, before the drawing, and to save it, I go on File menu and I save as. We can create on your desktop. We create new folder, and it will be called, like, for example, Alphacam training. And inside, I want to save this program like first lesson. Okay, what I save, I close Alphacam. I want to show you what happened. This one is the drawings makes in Alphacam, and this is the Alphacam language and Alphacam format. Which one can open this kind of file is just Alphacam. When I try to open, I will see the situation where the panel was saved in the same situation. but it's just Alphacam that understands what is written inside, and it's just Alphacam that can open this file.
Okay.
So this is not what we put on the machine, and I will show you what we need for the machine. It's completely different, huh? Okay, so this is the situation. I can go on, I can make a modification, I can delete, I can do something else. Okay, but what the machine needs is completely another thing, and it's this. On menu home is output NC. It's code. Why? Because the machine works, as you saw a little bit last week. To work, every kind of machine, also the new machine, also all are the same, needs to work with lines. So we need to work with a text. And output NC means the system will translate everything. It's like a drawings, like you see, will translate it in text.
Okay.
I want to show you. So here you just press OK. The system asks me where I want to save. This directory is also OK, and ask me for a name. It's OK, and I save it. Oh, sorry, it's in Italian. I have to translate. Description is this is the description that you will have on TPA. So you can put or not as you want, no problem. Okay, we don't put nothing. The system asks me for the offset Z, Y, and X. So I can write here, or I can write after in the machine if I need. But if you want, it's also possible to write here. In this case, it's 0. And that the system saved everything. What we save? We save this. It's a text file, okay? Of course, the machine can work with this. It's also possible, if you want, that I install in this computer the software of the machine.
Okay.
So you can see with your eyes what happened in the machine. The software of the machine is free if you don't have to make modification and save. So if you don't need to save, we can install the software in your computer.
It's just for training.
Yeah, right. You cannot save.
Yeah, very good.
You don't need to save, because if you have to make some modification, I don't think you make a modification with the TPA. But yeah, you will do it directly with Alphacam, because it's faster and so on and so on.
Yeah.
I have to check just this in your machine. Maybe you have to make some modification here, but we see it when we check it when we go on the machine. Huh? Okay, so this will be the TCN file. This is the format. Will be the file that will work on the machine.
Okay. Is that G code?
Sorry?
Is that called G code?
Yes, it's not the G code, because yeah, G code is with G code it's mentioned normally is ISO code, but yeah, right. It's anyway something like this. It's another language, but it's the code for the machine, and is the system for the machine to understand what we have to do. Of course, for example, if you have another machine, you can have, for example, a machine with ISO, and in this case it's called ISO code, or this is TCN code, or you can have some point code. It means it's a language for this kind of machine. So Alphacam is okay for every machines, but the post processor will translate in some specific languages the lines and the comment.
Yeah.
Okay, just I have to take care about this. Just a second, because I don't remember. Yeah, but okay, I will check. I just copy this line on my computer, so I will check after. Okay. Okay, just I copy one thing here. Okay, so this is the process. This is the process. Okay. For today, yes, we can explain a couple of commands. I don't want to go too much over these days because open the program, try yourself to arrive to this point. It's a lot of things anyway. So yeah. I just want to clarify that the system can be. I don't think it's difficult, of course. And you can see yourself that when you manage the software, you have a lot of questions. In the beginning, it's completely normal. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's not so difficult. So if you have some question right now, of course, ask me. Otherwise, to me, it's more or less enough to show you the process. And maybe better to say this.
Okay.
If you have time, or better to save time for you, that you can try yourself under the video, of course. So wait that the video is ready on YouTube. Try to follow the same thing. So I repeat, to make a new drawings, you can open also this, and you say, and you ask for new. If you don't want the additional windows, you close it. If you want the additional window on view, you go on new window. The first view, in my opinion, is better to have on the plane. So in this view, and when you selected this view, you switch off the 3D. And now when the numbers appears, Y and X here, means you are working on the view.
Yeah, but the coordinates always has to be 0, 0.
Right. In this case, for example, I'm wrong because I don't put it at 0, 0. I put in another position.
Yeah.
Of course, in the beginning, we don't explain how to move it. It's possible to move, of course. You're gonna edit. I can move it. I have to select this, so I don't explain how to work the move command, but yes, of course, it's possible. This is the reason, because you're right. Better to say immediately when I create something that I want to be 0, 0, so I press OK, and then of course it's on 0, 0, then 1000, for example, for 400. Escape, because I have to switch off the command rectangle in this moment because was activated, and then view, zoom all, and so on, like I already done. So because I already done the system, it's okay. Take care of yourself, and when you have a problem or something doesn't work, or you forget something, or the video is not so clear to understand all the points, you can call me when you want. You have not to wait for the next appointment, huh? So also, if you try yourself now and you want some information, you call me. Just call me. It's very easy.
Okay. Another question.
Yeah.
Yesterday I inserted this one from Fusion.
Yeah, this take times, huh? we don't put. Okay. Show me, but will take time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. Is this in 0, 0 coordinates now?
No, in this moment, yeah, this is the setting that you have here. It's not correct. Okay. It's not correct because of the machine and so on and so on. For these kind of things, of course, will take times, and of course we have to understand if it's the good way to work this or not, because sometimes it's good if you produce with the 3D out external, sometimes not. In this case, I have to do something like this. And for example, this is, let me check. And I have to move the drawings in 0, 0. For example, to move it. No, sorry, the zoom is opposite here.
Okay. Good.
But okay, this part it's a little bit advanced in this moment.
Yeah.
If you want, you can play. We can think about in the next lesson, not the next lesson, but okay, we have more or less, we have between, I think, 10 hours. So 10 times we work directly on Alphacam, and maybe it's interesting to try something in the machine.
Yeah.
So the how they speak between the machine, Alphacam and the machine is also important to understand. When the program arrives to the machine, if the tools are correct, if the tools are not correct, and so on and so on. This part is interesting maybe after 8-10 hours, and can be interesting to produce something like panels, with all panel with a drawing inside, for example. Yeah, this can be interesting. How to manage this kind of yeah.
Yeah. And the software for TPA.
Yes, if you want, I can install if you want.
Yeah.
So
I can
we can make
practice.
if you want, we can make it this way. In this moment I stop the video, and so this lesson is okay for now. And I take 10 minutes or 20 minutes to install also the TPA in your computer.
Okay.
It's okay?
Great.
Okay. So don't work with the computer in the next 20 minutes because I install, and then it's enough for today.
Okay.
If you have another appointment, or if you want to speak about another appointment, you tell me also after, not urgent now. And then in the next point we start with some Alphacam command, like offset, like move, like something like this, like trim, and so on and so on.
Okay. Good. You said you could tomorrow, though.
Yes, yes, we can
But not on
also,
Thursday.
yeah, we can also speak about tomorrow. Let me see. Tomorrow is also okay. If you want, if you prefer morning or afternoon, you tell me.
Vad vill du?
För mig spelar det ingen roll nu. Du kan
Okej.
ställa.
Because afternoon can be okay if you prefer after 4 o'clock. So if you prefer, for example, 4:30, for example.
When do you go home from work?
You go home. Sorry, when?
No, when do you go home from work?
No, it's not a problem because I have just an appointment with tomorrow 6 up to 7. I have another training. So before 6 o'clock, it's okay.
Okay, yeah. Then,
4 o'clock for me would be nice.
yeah.
Okay, 4 o'clock is nice. Okay, let me check. Because or will be 4 o'clock, or will be 4 and 20 minutes, something like this. Or we can say, if you stop at 5, for example, we can make also 40 minutes. It's not necessary that we make a completely hour. It's not enough. It's not completely enough. Also 30-35 minutes is anyway okay. So we can also manage, for example, 4 and 20 up to 5. Perfect.
Okay.
Okay. We fix in this way. If something changes, you tell me. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Good. So I install the program right now, and then if you have time today to try when we arrive, is anyway good. And
Yeah.
if you have some problem also today to arrive to my point, you can call me as you want, when you want.
Okay.
Okay, good.
Great.
Thanks a lot.
Okay,
Okay.
to you.
Yeah.
Bye.
See you.
See you. Bye. Bye all. Bye. Ciao. Ciao. Ciao.